It's been a while since I've been live. I'm just getting a little bit of paint on my palette, and really all I'm doing is mixing up a blue. Let me show you. I know you got the, let me move this. That's where I have my palette camera, but I'm not going to use that today. So I've got a little bit of flake white, which is not a chalky white. And it's a little bit, it's transparent or more transparent. And mixing it in with some ultramarine blue, because what I want to do here, give me a second. Kind of get, hey Brazen, hi love, how are you? So I'm just going to do a real quick thing working on the water here. What I want to do, because this is very clear water in this painting, I first wanted to get the sense of the sand beneath the water, which you know, evidently gives it somewhat of a greenish hue to it also from the trees, but it's in fact a little bit too greenish. So I want to come in and just begin to get some of the, some more blues in here. Just kind of a glaze over. Not entirely, but in some of these areas. How you doing, Brazen? What's up? All good in your part of the world? So the way to go about doing this kind of thing is I'm using liquid today. Just your plain old original liquid as the medium, and putting some on my brush and making this just a little bit more transparent. So I want to get the sense of the waves. All is well, lazy Sunday morning here. Oh, how nice. Well, it's a nice lazy Sunday afternoon here. It's getting chilly and it's somewhat wet. It's not wet. I mean, it's not raining, but I think from the wind, it just has this kind of a wet feeling to it. That probably doesn't make any sense, but you know, I never claimed that my mind makes a lot of sense. It could be the artistic feel of things, you know. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is get a sense of this blue without overpowering it, right? So maybe there's a brush of like a little breeze, you know how that comes along and everything gets a little bit disturbed. I want to have that sense to it of movement. This is another area where there is getting that kind of ripple figure out a way to work it in. I'm just putting this medium on to loosen the paint up so that it can glide on. A little bit easier. I don't know that I want to do the entire area. Right now I'm just using the ultramarine blue and flake white, or this flake white substitute. I have to be careful not to make that too light, the value too high, in other words. Hello, Aubrey. Welcome. Hey, thanks, Brazen. That is sweet of you. That's nice. So, Aubrey, are you are you an oil painter? Are you just learning how to paint, thinking about learning how to paint? If you can, let me know so I you know, if I can help you out anywhere. So what, just because you weren't here earlier, maybe you were, but what I'm trying to get done here in these rocks, this day was a very, very still day. The sea was very still, and you could see right down to the bottom. And I was standing and just, oh, so amazed at what was going on. I just want to create more of a sense of the water. That yes, this is the sea. And even though it was a very, very clear day, and there was really no ripples, nothing really happening in the water, I want to create a little bit more. I'm going to give the viewer the knowing that, oh, this is this is water, and you can kind of see down through it. Also, I'm going to get out my burnt sienna color and just put a little bit of that out and mix that with the white. And also I'm going to use the flake white again because it's a non-pasty. Actually, I'm going to mix raw umber first to get the sand color underneath. So what I'm trying to do here is just dabbing, glazing over and getting a sense of this rock color in the water, because it's true, everything is tied together and reflecting and I'm going to create somewhat of a marker there as a directional pull if you start to go this way to move up. So Brazen, it has been a hectic week. Busy as can be. I actually wasn't able to do morning musings yet, Thursday and Friday. I was up at my mom's on the in the mountain area and unable to do them. So I did yesterday and today, and just really missed painting. I mean, I haven't actually sat and painted for the longest time. So what I've done now is I've added a little bit of the burnt sienna to the flake white, which is a semi-transparent white, so it doesn't get too pasty. But up in this area here, closer to where I was standing when I actually took this reference photo, because it will help create, it's a warmer color, burnt sienna, an orangey color, so it belongs in the warm category, just to help create a sense of depth from where I was standing to, back here where I'm using raw umber. So you can see, here's the two together, right? You can see the difference in tone. One is a reddish orange, an orangey brownish color, and this is more like a greenish brown color. So this one would be more in the background, and this one would be up front in the foreground, which will help create depth in your painting on such a subtle level. So that's a trick for you, just to remember that kind of thing. Here we go, right? And again, I'll just move in and do a little bit of the ultramarine blue, flake white. I'm going to lighten it, otherwise it'll be way too dark. And I can even tone it down a little bit with using the burnt sienna. Working on getting a little bit of the ripples. You know how they do like those round little odd shapes. And again, in the background area, it's going to be flatter because I'm not standing there. So they just look like ripples. But the more we get up in here, we can make larger little pockets that are reflecting the sky color. I'm watching these tiny changes, really changing the image to appear more like your experience of that day, to show the vague sky and shore reflecting on the surface of the water above the bottom. Yeah. Next time that you are you take a photo reference of something and then you're sitting at home with it. I mean, really do try and get back to the feeling that you had. I mean, you guys, I took this reference photo last year while I was doing my cold water swim. And it's like I'm standing there today. So here's another thing. You don't want to spend the whole time doing these little squiggly things. Not for this type of painting that I do. If you're one of those hyper-realist artists, yeah, then it's a whole different approach. But just want to get a sense of the ripples happening, and you only need to suggest a little bit. I'm going to go and get a little bit of the sand color going again. As I'm moving towards the foreground, using just a little bit more of the warmer color underneath. And I also want to keep the greenish tone because generally there is that greenish tone. So I think this is working better. And yeah, it's really subtle, isn't it? Oh, well, hello. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Let me know if you have any questions. So if you're new, if you just got here, I'm trying to work this piece of water, the foreground water, for this rock painting here on this tiny little Greek island where I live. And it was a very, very, very calm day. So I was standing in the water taking this photo reference, and you know, everything was perfectly clear below. But I have decided that I'm going to add a little bit of watercolor, like just a little bit more, to just develop the feel of the sea. We're in the Aegean Sea here. Yeah, it's you have to be careful, and I'm already probably doing a little bit too much, because then it will just kind of get all muddied and pasted over. So there's some things that need to be really, I mean, you have to know when to stop. And that's one of my weaknesses, is I can keep going until I totally muddy it up. But not today. Not going to happen today. I'm going to get a little bit more of the green feel. Okay, I like that. I'm going to stop here so I don't mess it up, right? And another thing that I wanted to do today was go in. I'm going to mix some ultramarine oh no, some raw umber. And I'm going to use a flake white, although for the most part I was using titanium white in this painting, but now I'm moving into the final stages, so so I can play around a little bit, and I want to raise this tree up a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of play around with doing that. I'm on the shadow side, so I'm not really worried about, you know, this is the wrong brush or whatever. I don't want to pull it out too much, like make it like this crazy TikTok board thing. I'm going to, let's see how I'm going to work with this. I'm still mixing the ultramarine blue with raw umber, just to tone it down. And for the other side, I'm going to add a little burnt sienna. And one of my favorite colors is this transparent golden green. And let me just show you. I just love this color. It's, I don't know if you can see it. It's transparent, and it just creates the most beautiful greens and mixes in beautifully with other colors. So here you got to be careful because this is a background tree, so I don't want it too warm or too green. And I'm going to bring some over into this. Okay, so it kind of creates a little bit of a counterbalance to the direction of the rocks here. Oh, yeah, Brazen, you're right. To any new people that are here watching, I actually don't have the setup. I don't have the setup quite yet. And my apologies. I came on and I'm just using my cell phone to do what I can here. So here I've just added, again, white to tone down a little bit. Okay. What do you think, huh? That'll work. Let me see if I can get it. Okay. So I got a little bit of the water going here. A little bit of just some subtle marks. to catch the eye. I mean, that's what this is for. It's just to catch the eye because all of this is kind of blurred. So just some areas to maybe work up this way. Am I here? Hey, darling. Hi. So nice to see you. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Hi, darling. How is everything going? You still building, fixing up things, and I bet you are. Oh, oh. You better stay in touch. I know you're not. We had a get together. When was it? Brazen, when did we get together? Last week? And and you were missed. Corby asked about you. Uh, and yeah. Are you good? Send me a message, Blanca. I would love to hear from you and hear what's going on with you. Okay? I would absolutely love to hear from you. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I should know that by now because we usually have it for every other Wednesday. Is the time frame for that. So, yeah, don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, you guys, it just feels so good to mix colors and and be just a little bit slipping into that creative mode, that creativity that I love so much. I just messed things up here. Bad move. Not what I wanted. Rather than the effect that I wanted was to get it to open up, to create a space for the sky to come in. And I can do that by lightening it up. I'm switching brushes because I want to use a hog bristle brush for this area. So let's see. Blanca, yes, all good. Babysitting. Oh, of course it's busy. You are a busy, busy, busy woman. And, you know, especially when you're having to, not only having to, but enjoying the grandkids, taking care and cooking. And oh gosh, I know. It can be overwhelming. And I don't know what it is. It seems to me like August, in many ways, you guys let me know if it's the same for you, but August for me is just a bit much. And I'm not able to quite keep it together. You've been reading. Oh, sweetheart. What are you reading? If you have any suggestions of something to pick up, take a look through. It's always good to to read up. Okay. Yeah, I think that's working a little bit better. I did want to clarify some areas. I'm going to come back on the sky one last layer. I'm going to add a little bit, I think, of another blue, perhaps cerulean blue. Do you see how different it is from the ultramarine? There. So the sky is just basically with ultramarine blue and white, toned down with burnt sienna mostly. So in the last passing over, while I'm working on the details, and I don't know, I'm thinking about putting in a seagull in there. Let me show you. Like, this is another painting that I'm working on that has this little seagull up at the top of the rock. So I'm thinking of doing something similar, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if I should, if I add like seagulls up here. There's usually some seagulls sitting up there or here or in this area. But I thought about adding a couple of seagulls along the rocks in some kind of patterned way that will help, again, with the movement of the painting coming up to this area. But I'm just not sure what I want to do with that yet. So I keep holding back. I'm going to add this shadow bush back here because I want the shadow side, plenty of it, and I want more of a downward movement. Okay, I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. Let's see, what's going on, you guys? Yes, all good babysitting. You've been reading. Painting as a language, material, technique, form, content. You think it's a course book. That's an interesting, painting as a language. I get that. Material, technique, form, content. So it's going over some of the basic things of, the foundation of painting, the things that you need, like the five things that you need to know in order to put a painting together. You think a couple of seagulls would be nice. Oh, cool. Okay, that's encouraging. And Brazen's like, I don't know, maybe on the rocks to the left of the shadow, add some interest there. Yes, and so much more. Oh, that's just, that seems interesting. All the information you can get, just keep getting the information, and you take what works for you, you take what you like, you try things, check it out. If it vibes with you, makes you hum in excitement, then you know it is something that you want to use. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to do, but without doing too much, and I should probably wait until the seagulls are in. That's kind of, I just want to kind of scumble over. I'm putting out lemon yellow. That's this color here. It's a very bright yellow. I'm going to tone it down and fade it out a little bit with the white. And I think just a touch of raw umber, which is a greenish brown, because it's a cooler brown. So, and this is a cooler yellow, so I'm going to keep the cools together. And maybe a tad of getting a little directional tool this way or that way, little curve just to hook the eye and bring it back in. I like that. I like that. Just a little bit of something, and I can add a little bit of the burnt sienna to warm it up a little bit, which I can add in some areas. Just a very, very slight difference. Hey, Corby! Yeah, do the seagull and you can always scrub it off. Most definitely. I don't know, maybe on the rocks to the left of the shadow. The rocks to the left of the shadow. This right here is my Fibonacci spot right there. So I'm thinking about it, but I may not actually, because I did it in that other painting. I have the seagull right in that Fibonacci golden ratio spot. Try and seagull, you can always scrub it out. Yes, you can always scrub it out. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some, I wonder, I think I'm going to get my pad out, a little sketch pad, and do some little bits. Adding a little bit of this feel, connecting the two, just so subtly. It's getting dark, so I'm going to stop you guys. And I have to wait until tomorrow when I get the sun back again. I have a sense that this is probably just a bit too much. So I'm going to tone it back just slightly. Okay. It was so fun to have you guys here. If Sunday is a good time for you, I will be back again next Sunday. You know, my schedule is, I live on a tiny Greek island. I have a relatively free schedule now, especially in September as things are happening. So I think I'll come back next Sunday and we'll do another live painting thing and try and work through some things. And I'm going to work on seagulls. So we will see. Okay, you guys? Oh, it's so fun to have you. Love you guys. Let me see. Oh, you're welcome. Hi. So hopefully you guys can, I see how dark it's getting, right? Let me come in here. There we go. Get my chair. There. Hi, you guys. Honey, come back anytime. I'm planning on writing it in my notebook next Sunday around 6-ish, around 6 o'clock sometime. We'll do this again. So if you want to come, if this time works for you, I love having you here. And it's just nice to connect with you all. You're such a sweetheart, Brazen. I was thinking this morning that I have not actually sat down and painted for quite a while with all the stuff happening. And yes, I have all my little tricks to staying creative and to working with things. I'll bring my journal out, and I love to journal and be creative in that way. But there's just nothing like painting. There's nothing like it for me. It is an immediate coming into myself, everything just gets lost. It just disappears. Things just, and what's really nice about this and painting with you guys is feeling connected to all of that. So this is such a joy for me. I absolutely love this. We were talking about that getting together and just kind of everybody just doing their own thing. We should have like a 2-hour thing where we're painting. Yes, absolutely. Connection, and especially for someone as myself on a little tiny Greek island. I have no artists around me. There's no galleries. There's nothing. There's nothing. So I have other things, but I don't have that. And so this is a gift. It's absolutely my gift. I love having you here. And yeah. All right. So it's 7:20. Everybody, I'm just blabbing now. I wish I had a tea. I could just sit and talk for a while, but I'm going to get going. So I will be doing morning musings tomorrow, hopefully around 10:30. I think so, because most people will be gone. So my usual time tomorrow. And again, we have the auction coming up on Tuesday. It begins on Tuesday. So anybody feel free to pass on the information to anybody you think might be interested. We've got over 200 works of art. 15 of those are mine in this auction, and prices start at $50 or $99 for me. Those are the prices for my paintings. They're starting there. So if nobody else bids on them, they are yours for $50, okay? Or $99. And so I'm really excited about it. Yeah, you have a great week too. Okay, sweetie. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Many, many hugs. Mwah. Filakia, filakia, filakia. Take care. Ciao.